Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to day 3 of your Fit, Fearless, and Fabulous Winter Challenge. So we have lots of questions for today, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, for those of you, hi Giselle, for those of you that are popping on, if it is possible just to send me a little thumbs up, or if you're able to type where you are. I know sometimes that's not always possible, but just to let me know that you can hear me okay. If there's any problems at all, I'm able to know that right away. So welcome, coming on, Linda and Louise and Mary. So yes, thank you, Linda. So as soon as I see that hi Lori, I know that you can hear me. So thanks for doing that. So for those of you that are joining in, you're part of our women's wellness community here. You may not be doing the challenge. You might be a new member and you're just kind of wondering what the heck is going on. So absolutely stay in and watch this live, because it will give you a sense of what we do on the page. We do this challenge 2 or 3 times a year as a way to have a little bit of fun. And it's also a way for me, for those of you that answered questions when you came on to the Women's Wellness Community page. Some of you have answered some questions, some of you I've talked to. It gives me a chance to be able to address some of those questions. So the habits that are working well and the habits that you've been struggling with. And that really, hi Louise and Gail, really helped me put this challenge together. So the challenge on, so again, if you're just dropping in, you're not doing the challenge, sit back and enjoy. You'll really still enjoy this live. It's all about water today. That is our day 3 challenge. For those of you that are doing the challenge, yes, if you've got a question on your mind right now and you want to throw it on there, I'll keep an eye. And if I missed any questions on the Facebook page, I will absolutely go back and answer them as well as we go along. So so before we jump right into the hi Erin, right into the water challenge, had a couple questions about what happens on Friday. I mentioned in some of the information about a masterclass Friday at noon. Absolutely, if that does not work for you, you cannot attend the masterclass. It's about, it'll be about 45 minutes long. I'm doing it 10 a.m. on Saturday morning live, and I'm doing it Sunday evening at 7 a.m. as well. So it's divided pretty much in half. Half is information about how do you take this challenge forward for those of you that want to have a plan in place to dig into some of this stuff. And for those of you that might be interested, you want to know a little bit more about my 40 Days to Fit, Fearless, and Fabulous winter course that starts on February the 3rd. I have the information on the last part of that master class. So, and it will be recorded. So it is on Zoom, which is a really kind of cool platform. You see me. I actually don't see you. You don't see anybody else who's attending, but you can type in your questions and answers. So I'll give you a bit more information about that, but I just wanted to throw that out for those of you that have asked. So, as we move into, I have a question that came up yesterday from the meditation challenge, or a comment really. I thought it was fantastic. That sometimes just there's lots, of course, there's lots going on. Some of you have small children at home. You might be caring for parents. Life is, of course, we're all quite a few of us, again, juggling different things. So feel free to try your meditation when you're actually moving around and doing something. So I know it sounds counterintuitive to think you're supposed to sit quietly with your meditation, but I'm actually going to suggest that if you are folding the laundry, if you are getting ready for work in the morning, just tidying up, just hit that play. So whether or not it's on Suzanne's mantra and you hear the words, You will absolutely still get the benefit of the vibration of the words and the music, regardless what you're doing. And it also gets you in the habit of pressing play, of having a man guiding you or having somebody guiding you. That initially, really, that is step one in the process. So to feel like you have to have everything quiet around you, and no disturb in an ideal world, absolutely. But when you first start out, and even on those days where it is, let's say, extra busy, then just hit play and just listen. And keep doing what you're doing. And if you end up stopping and enjoying, then that is fantastic. But I'm going to throw that out there for you as an option in terms of meditation. That applies as well. I had a question about apps. So I do love Headspace and Calm. Those are two of the apps that I like. And I think apps are fantastic. I think it's a way that you track how many days you are doing your meditations, and you can also keep your favorites. So it is absolutely, I love apps. So I think, again, apps are in your meditation toolbox. And that is part of what we're bringing together for you this week. So that is the meditation. Now, just to make sure everything's still, again, you guys are all still hearing me all right. Again, if anybody has can say still here, all good, or give me a thumbs up just as I'm going to take a look down at my notes here to make sure that we're staying on track as we come into the questions and answers. So I'm thinking everything is okay. Louis or Linda, if you're still there, give me a hi, Lori, so that I know that you're still good. Hello, thank you, Aaron. Excellent. Okay, so the first question that I got this morning was, okay, well, how much water should I be drinking? And I think you know the answer. Thank you, Gail. Fantastic. I think you know the answer that I'm gonna come up with on this one. It does depend. It absolutely depends on everything that we talked about in the email in terms of your environment, your exercise, your health conditions. How much water you do add on, let's say, is that extra, I'm going to say 6 to 8, because it is a guideline. It is something for your brain to attach onto, the 6 to 8 glasses, 8-ounce glasses. But you're also considering fruits and vegetables, lots of water there, soups, smoothies, and yes, the other question, does coffee and tea count? Coffee and tea counts as well, and they have that, let's say years ago they would say that it's a diuretic and it doesn't count in the water, it dehydrates you, and they have debunked that. But again, you still want to watch your caffeine intake for sure for all kinds of other reasons. But as I'm searching and playing with this, because there were so many great questions, I've seen up to 15 cups for men, up to 11 cups for women, but it really, really varies. And that's not adding on, by the way. That is full water intake. So then you're thinking, okay, well, still, I'm not sure what to do. Come back to your symptoms. Come back to how you're feeling. So if your skin's feeling a little bit dry, if your lips are dry, everything, again, that we talked about in the email, irritability, fogginess, energy, and then you start to add a little bit more water. And then you notice, oh, I'm starting to feel better. And I think one of the issues that sometimes comes up with the fact that we have access to all of this amazing health information is that sometimes we listen to, let's say, and I'm going to say myself included, Dr. Oz, whoever, about what we should be maybe adding into our diet or our life, and then it overrides what we are feeling inside of our own bodies. You are the absolute expert. And it's not easy to think, okay, how do I feel now? Okay, right when you drink your water, how do you feel afterwards? actually is a bit of a process, and it takes lots of thinking and lots of noticing. But I'm going to come back to that and give you for sure that challenge. And many of you have been sharing that with me right from the get-go, how you've been feeling as you've been adding your water in today. That is the single most important guideline for sure, for you to know whether or not you are going to or want to add a little bit more water. Now, could you drink too much water? Somebody brought this up this morning as well. And if you're having that discussion with your doctor, and your doctor says, no, you can't drink too much water, in terms of your health and your body, it's all good, then that's your guideline. That's your guideline in terms. Let me do a little bit of a caveat here. Is that sometimes when we do drink too much water, we can feel bloated, right? There can be digestive issues that come up actually sometimes with too much water, and I'm going to address that in a moment. But if you have any issues around your kidneys, GERD, heart, then that is for sure a discussion that you have with your doctor, because you can drink too much water in that respect. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one right there. So in terms of how much water, I hope that made sense. So adding things to your water, that's the next question that I had. So adding lemon. So the one thing I'm going to say about lemon is it is recommended by holistic nutritionists and naturopathic doctors, but here's the thing, that for some of you, even adding a little bit of lemon, and I'm talking real lemon from not the artificial, but juiced in, sometimes if we have too much, that can cause some stomach upset, because yes, it is acid. So you would start with just a little squeeze. Notice how you feel. And it does actually, I find it works better in room temperature water or hot water for sure. Can you have too much lemon in your water? Absolutely. For some of you, lemon in your water may not be an option. And for some of you, talking to your dentist about lemon in terms of your teeth. So I do a swoosh around after I have my lemon water, just to do a little clearing there. But you will see the recommendations around lemon water to be very good for your digestion, very kind of detoxing and cleansing. So if you have any other questions about your lemon water, definitely ask me. Some asked about adding ginger. The same thing applies with ginger. Ginger is amazing, but for some people it can cause stomach upset. And in Ayurveda, and this is the sister science to yoga, in Ayurveda, ginger is a very spicy and heating element in the body. So you keep that in mind. In terms of how do you react? How does your stomach feel? How do you feel mentally after you have some ginger in your tea or your water? You are, again, the best expert. Lemons and limes. Limes are very different than lemons, how they are expressed in the body or how the body reacts to them. So limes are cooling. Lemons do not have the cooling quality of limes. So in the winter months, from an Ayurvedic standpoint, it's recommended that you do use lemon in your water, but as you move into the summer months, it's a great opportunity to switch it up to limes because of their cooling quality. Does that mean you don't have limes in your water in the winter? No. I like to change it up still, but you notice. You just notice. Okay, am I already cold? And then I'm going to have some ice and I'm going to have some lime in my water, and that makes me feel cold. Then you change it up a little bit. So that's the lemons, the limes, the ginger. Some of you are adding greens. Some of you are adding fruit. Absolutely wonderful. So I think that was the second question. Now, let me just make sure that I'm getting to all of these. Oh yes, the question about drinking water. Why is it that sometimes it's suggested that we don't drink water water with our meals? Now, some naturopathic doctors and holistic nutritionists will talk about that in terms of water while you're eating, diluting the stomach acid and digestive enzymes. It's not straightforward when you do kind of look into this. Not everybody agrees with this. Again, I do think it's very personal. So if you have some water before you have your meal, let's say, and you're looking at portion control, that actually, I would say that that's going to help. Okay, and you decide how much. Again, you might just be sipping that water. Doesn't mean you're having a whole cup. If you are having water during your meal, sometimes that can help with digestion, and sometimes that slows us down. You have a few bites, you have some water. So I hate to be, again, coming back to it depends, but it absolutely does. So if it fills you up, it doesn't feel good for your digestion, then you change the amount. So we're looking at how much, we're looking at when, and we're also looking at temperature. So all of that comes into our digestion. So that one, again, depends a little bit. But if you have any more questions about that, send them my way. Now, one of the comments as well, I love this. This came from Linda. It was a beautiful comment about the gratitude to be able to be in our country, to be where we are, and to be able to have this amazing source, to be able to just have our water. So that sense of gratitude as we sip our water during the day. Again, not taking it for granted for sure. And even as Deb posted this morning, her Bass Lake water, that's exactly right. So I think that's a beautiful piece to add into this. And with our cups, as we are also decreasing the plastic bottle cups online and our bottles. So that is fantastic. So I think I got to all of the meditation and water questions, but if you have any more, definitely let me know. So I think the last part of this is the draw. Okay, so let me make sure. Yes, okay. Now, the prize, the gift today is a lavender essential oil that will go beautifully in your diffuser while you might be listening to Suzanne's. I call it the bedtime mantra, but it's totally up to you. So in your diffuser, again, if you use essential oils on your skin, always with a carrier oil, a little like that, drawing that in a little bit on your pillow. So, draw today for the lavender essential oil. I'm not looking, I didn't fold. Okay. Stuck, boom. Miss Denise Debinardi. Congratulations, Denise. I will bring that to class for you. And ladies, tomorrow, day 4 of our challenge, we're moving into our posture challenge. So lots of fun with that. You'll have your posture checklist for the day. And tomorrow you will, if you'd like, you will be printing that out if you are a person that likes to check those boxes off. But again, you can leave it on your iPad and just make a note of it in a notebook if that's easier. Okay? So have a fantastic day. I know some of you are still working through your water challenge, so when you're finished by midnight tonight, let me know. Good luck with it. Any other questions below, and we'll see you here tomorrow at 3 o'clock for our live, and you will have my email again probably at 6 or 6:30 a.m. again tomorrow morning. Okay? Have a fantastic evening. Bye for now.